The school system is mainly state-run. There are several free schools, independent schools, some of them following a certain pedagogy, others confessional schools, like Christian or Muslim or Jewish. The free schools are supported completely by the state, so we get 100% of the value. But the state has a hand in who is allowed to attend those schools. You have to send in to the state the list of priorities that you give to the students. So it has to be by brothers or sisters, by date, or by address. We as Catholic schools can't choose to take in just Catholic children. We have to be open to everybody.
How can I resist you, Mamma Mia?
In 1983, we were given a state grant for the first time. Before that, all the independent schools were fee-paying. And our school, as a Catholic school, was supported by the parish. And we also had sisters who were teachers in the school who didn't take a salary. But once we had a state grant, then we could start to employ people, and we could develop from having 3-4 classes to now, in our school, 20 classes. And it's the same for the other schools. Once we received a state grant, then other schools could open. We have 3 schools.
Altogether 3 schools?
In the whole of Sweden, yeah.
Where?
Yeah. One in Stockholm, one in Gothenburg, and one in Lund.
And what's the public perception of these schools?
They have a good reputation. We don't have problems filling them. A lot of people who come have gone to... Our schools take in mostly immigrants, and the people who come to them have a good experience of Catholic schools in their home country. So they expect the same quality of education from Catholic schools in Sweden.
Mamma Mia, does it show again?
They're not too aware, I don't think. Catholics are seen as immigrants because very few Swedish people are Catholics, so we're seen as an immigrant culture, an immigrant church, the same way as the Orthodox Church is, or whatever. But we do have people who refer to us when we had state schools referring to us to see how we managed to create a unity of so many nationalities. But we have the unity because we have a faith-based school. If you have an ideology under the school, then it's easier to follow a program.
You mentioned many nationalities. You work at a school in Göteborgu. Could you explain a bit about the concrete situation in your city?
We have 60 nationalities in our school and about 40 languages. We did a recent count of how many completely Swedish children we have, and we have one. We have several half-Swedes, and we have several immigrant children who are sort of third generation, who are born of people who are born in Sweden. But the question is, when do you stop being an immigrant in Sweden? The big one at the moment is how to educate the influx of immigrant children, the refugees. Our school has taken in 70 refugees over the last 2 years, and it means that you have to provide language education. You have to do a survey on what kind of educational background these children have, and then to find which level of education you need to give them to help them to achieve the standards in Sweden.
Any wishes or prospects for the future?
More Catholic schools and more Catholic teachers. Yeah. It's very hard to get Catholic teachers.